Jai Hind everyone. In this video, we will discuss about the symmetry properties of pi molecular orbitals. Okay, the question is why only the pi molecular orbitals? Why not the sigma molecular orbitals? So the reason is that in pericyclic reactions, pi molecular orbitals play the key role. Okay, during the breaking and making of pi bonds or sigma bonds, p orbitals play the main roles. Okay, so we will discuss about the symmetry properties of pi molecular orbitals. So next question is, what is molecular orbital? Okay, so as per the molecular orbital theory, molecular orbitals are the combination product of atomic orbitals. Okay, atomic orbitals combine to form molecular orbital. Okay, now the number of atomic orbitals participate will always be equal to the number of molecular orbitals produced. Okay, so the number of both these orbitals will always be equal. Suppose two atomic orbitals are participating in the making of molecular orbitals, then we will get two molecular orbitals. Okay, so the atomic orbitals will be of approximately same energy, and we will get molecular orbitals of different energy. Okay, so there are basically three types of molecular orbitals. Number one, bonding molecular orbitals. Number two, non-bonding molecular orbitals. And number three is anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Bonding molecular orbitals are of lower energy as compared to atomic orbitals, and anti-bonding molecular orbitals are of higher energy as compared to atomic orbitals. And the third class of molecular orbitals, that is non-bonding molecular orbitals, will be of approximately same energy as of the atomic orbitals. So we will get three type of molecular orbitals. Okay, the two type of bond, that is sigma and pi, both are formed by the combination of these orbitals. Means these molecular orbitals will participate in the making of both sigma and pi bond, but we will discuss only about the pi bonds, that is the orbital that they participate in the formation of the pi bond. Okay, so let me start with the first example, that is the ethylene molecule. Okay, ethylene molecule, CH2 double bond CH2. Here we have one pi bond and two pi electrons. Okay, so you know that during the making of pi bond, p orbitals sidewise overlap to form this pi bond. Suppose this is p orbital and here we have another p orbital, so these two orbitals sidewise overlap to form the pi bond. Okay, now say we have these two p orbitals. This one is first p orbital and this is our second p orbital. So these two orbitals first combine to form two molecular orbitals. First is pi bonding molecular orbital and the second is pi antibonding molecular orbital. Okay, so these two pi molecular orbitals are formed by the combination of these two p orbitals. Okay, this one is first orbital and this is second orbital. So the question is, what are the symmetry elements that we are going to discuss? So we discuss about two symmetry elements. First is mirror plane, that is abbreviated as small m, and second is two-fold axis of symmetry, that is abbreviated as C2. So what is mirror plane? Mirror plane is an imaginary plane that bisects the molecule or the molecular orbital into two equal halves. So what is this mirror plane? Mirror plane actually is the plane that is perpendicular to the molecular plane. Okay, so here in the case of this particular molecule CH2CH2 ethylene, we have two planes. Let me write these two planes here. Suppose this is our ethylene molecule. So in this ethylene molecule we have two planes. First plane is that plane which bisects all the atoms present in this particular molecule. 2 carbon atom and 4 hydrogen atoms all are bisected by this plane. So this plane will just parallel to this the plane of this board. Okay, so this one is the plane that bisects all these molecules, that is all these atoms. And what is the mirror plane? Mirror plane is perpendicular to this plane. Suppose this is the molecular plane and our mirror plane will be this plane. Okay, now so let me write here, this plane is the mirror plane. Okay, and the plane that bisects all the atoms of this molecule, it is molecular plane. This one is the mirror plane, and along with this plane we have the C2 axis of symmetry, that is two-fold axis of symmetry. So we will see that which particular symmetry element is present in which molecular orbitals. Okay, so let us examine this particular pi bonding molecular orbital. You can see that this particular molecule, this bonding molecular orbitals, we can bisect this orbital into two equal halves if we place a plane at here in the center of these two lobes. Okay, it will get bisected into two parts. So this pi bonding molecular orbital have mirror plane of symmetry. Now let us examine this molecule whether it is have two-fold axis of symmetry or not. So if we rotate, this is our mirror plane, and if I apply the C2 axis at this point and rotate this molecule by 180 degree, then I will get this particular orientation. After rotating this bonding molecular orbital, I will get minus lobes in the upper side and plus lobe at the lower side. So these two situations, these two structures are not identical. It means it is C2 asymmetric and mirror plane symmetric. So I can write that it is mirror plane symmetric and C2 asymmetric. Okay. Now let us see this pi antibonding molecular orbital. Here, if I apply one plane at the center of these two lobes, then I will get two different images. It means on the one side I will have plus lobe at the upper side, and on the opposite side the plus lobe and the minus lobe is at the upper side of this particular line. So there is a asymmetric mirror plane, right? And C2 symmetric. How it is C2 symmetric? If I apply one C2 axis at this point, what will I get if I rotate this particular anti-Monty molecular orbital? After 180-degree rotation, I will get this plus at here and this minus at here. So it is C2 symmetric and mirror plane asymmetric. I hope you get some idea about these two symmetry properties. So we will check only these two symmetry elements in all the molecular orbitals that we are going to discuss during this lecture. Now, one more point, that is HOMO-LUMO approach. HOMO and LUMO approach. What is this HOMO-LUMO approach? HOMO means highest occupied molecular orbital means that orbital in which we have filled the last electron. So here in this case of ethylene molecule we have only 2 pi electrons, and these 2 pi electrons will get filled in the pi molecular orbital. It means the pi bonding molecular orbital is the HOMO, and the next one, that is pi anti-bonding molecular orbital, is LUMO for this particular example. LUMO means lowest unoccupied molecular orbital, right? The orbital next to the HOMO is known as LUMO. So here pi anti-bonding molecular orbital is LUMO for ethylene molecule, and pi bonding molecular orbital is the HOMO for this particular molecule. Now let us check the next example. Next example is 1,3-butadiene. Okay, in 1,3-butadiene we have 2 pi bonds and 4 pi electrons. Okay, so first of all let us see the formation of butadiene. Actually butadiene is made up of 2 ethylene molecules. So we will check the making of this particular molecule and the molecular orbitals with the help of the molecules of ethylene and molecular orbitals of ethylene. Let us see. First, let me write the bonding molecular orbitals of the ethylene. So we have these 2 ethylene molecules. This one is the first ethylene molecule and it is the second ethylene molecule. It is bonding molecular orbital. Let me write pi bonding molecular orbital, and this one is also pi bonding molecular orbital. It is the sequence of energy. It is also pi bonding molecular orbital. So these 2 bonding molecular orbitals will combine to form the molecular orbital of 1,3-butadiene. Here I have the first bonding molecular orbital, and the second one is this. So these 2 are pi bonding molecular orbitals, and then we have 2 pi anti-bonding molecular orbitals of the ethylene molecules. So plus minus plus minus plus. Okay, so here we have 4 pi electrons, 2 pi bonding molecular orbitals. So during the making of these 2 pi bonds, 2 p orbitals of both these carbon atoms and the other 2 p orbitals of these carbon atoms will take participate. So here we have total 4 p orbitals. It means 4 atomic orbitals are taking part in the making of these 2 pi bonds. It means we will get 4 molecular orbitals. So here we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 molecular orbitals. So these molecular orbitals are represented as psi 1, psi 2, psi 3 and psi 4 as per their wave function. So here let me write the sign of the lobes of these molecular orbitals. Okay, so it is psi 1, psi 2, psi 3 and psi 4. You can see that in case of psi 1, here we do not have any node, and in the case of this psi 2 we have one node. So let me write here number of nodes. Number of nodes in case of psi 1 is 0, psi 2 1, psi 3 2, psi 4 3. So the question is, what is a node? So node is that point where the wave function changes its sign. So here in this case we have two opposite signs of these two lobes. So here we have one lobe. In this case we have two lobes, and here we have three nodes. Sorry, one node, two node and three nodes. We have these three nodes. These nodes in the case of this psi 2, psi 3 and psi 4 molecular orbitals. So let me write one wave function for these orbitals. So it is represented as psi 1 is represented as like this. So only plus part is present. It is psi 2 one node. That means the wave function changes its sign from plus to minus. So at the point at which it changes sign is known as a node, right? In case of psi 3, plus minus plus, and psi 4 we have three nodes, 1, 2 and 3. So number of nodes can be calculated or can be find out with the help of one simple formula, that is n minus 1 number of node psi n minus 1. So if the value of n is 2, so 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So here the value of n is 2, so 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So we have only one node. You can see this in the case of these molecular orbitals as well as in case of this wave function. So in 1,3 butadiene we have 4 molecular orbitals. These 4 molecular orbitals, out of these 4 molecular orbitals, 2 are bonding molecular orbitals and remaining 2, that is psi 3 and psi 4, are anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Okay. one more point I would like to share with you is that if the number of node is an odd integer, then one node will always be present at the center of the molecular orbital. Suppose here we have one node and one is odd integer, it means it will be present at the center of this molecular orbital. Here we have 3 nodes, so out of these 3, one will be at the center, and here actually in the case of this psi 4 or the highest molecular orbital, there will be a node between all the lobes of molecular orbitals. So remember that odd integer means one node must be present at the center of molecular orbital. This point must always be remembered. If number of node is an odd integer, then one node must always be present at the center of the molecular orbital. Okay, now let us check the symmetry properties of these molecular orbitals. Okay, let me write here mirror plane symmetry and here C2. Okay, so here we have mirror plane symmetry. We can write this particular molecular orbital into 2 equal halves by applying one mirror plane at this particular plane. So it is symmetry with respect to mirror plane, and if one molecular orbital is symmetric with respect to molecular orbital, then the next will be antisymmetric, and this particular sequence will be followed. So here psi 1 is symmetric with respect to mirror plane symmetry. Okay, now let us check the C2. Okay, so if I will apply this particular axis here at this point, then I will not get the similar or identical orientation. So here C2 is asymmetric, it is symmetric, asymmetric and symmetric. Let us check this particular molecular orbital. So if I apply one axis at this center, I will rotate this molecule. So imagine I am rotating this particular molecular orbital. So this plus will shift at here, this minus will shift at here. So I will get the identical orientation. It means this psi 4 has C2 symmetry plane, and it is asymmetric with respect to the mirror plane. Now let us check the HOMO and LUMO. So here we have 4 pi electrons, right? So first 2 pi electrons will get filled in psi 1. The next or remaining 2 pi electrons will get filled in the psi 2, and psi 3 and psi 4 are empty in this case. So psi 2 is the HOMO for 1,3-butadiene, because we filled the 4th and last electron into psi 2. So it is HOMO, and psi 3 is the LUMO for this particular example. But if the condition is photochemical, in that case one electron will get promoted from psi 2 to psi 3. In that case, if the condition is H nu, in that case psi 3 become HOMO and psi 4 become the LUMO. So always remember the condition. At what condition the question is asked? If thermal condition, then the highest bonding molecular orbital will be HOMO and the lowest anti-bonding molecular orbital will be LUMO. But if the condition is photochemical, then the first anti-bonding molecular orbital will become HOMO, and the next, that is second anti-bonding molecular orbital, will become the LUMO. Okay. Next molecule is 135 hexatriene. In 135 hexatriene, 3 pi bonds are present, and these are the molecular orbitals. So we have 6 molecular orbitals: psi 1, psi 2, psi 3, psi 4, psi 5, and psi 6. Number of nodes will be here. In case of psi 1, 0. Here 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in case of psi 6 we have 5 number of nodes. So number of nodes is an odd integer. It means the node will be placed, one node must be placed at the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In case of psi 4 we have 3 nodes. So one node must be placed at the center, and in case of psi 2 there is one node. Now write the signs of these orbitals: plus, 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 minus, 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 and here minus. This one is plus, minus, plus, minus. In case of psi 3, 2 nodes are present. So 2 is an even integer, so it is understood that the node will not be present at the center. In case of psi 4 we have 3 nodes, so first one of them will be at the center. Here we have plus, minus, plus, and minus. In case of psi 5, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Plus, minus, plus, plus, minus, plus. 1, 2, 3, and 4 nodes. Minus, plus, minus, plus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. Here in this case there is no problem assigning the sign to these lobes. Okay, so from top to bottom these orbitals are arranged in the increasing order of their energy. So number of nodes. Now this we have total how many electrons we have? We have 6 electrons. So 2 electrons will be filled in psi 1. Next 2 will be filled in psi 2, and the remaining 2 will be filled in psi 3. So in the thermal conditions, psi 3 is the HOMO and psi 4 is the LUMO. But in case of photochemical condition, one electron from the psi 3 will get promoted into the psi 4. So now it becomes HOMO and this is the LUMO. Okay. Now I hope it is clear that in case of photochemical condition, psi 4 will become the HOMO by one electron from psi 3 promoted to the psi 4. So it is HOMO and this one is now LUMO. Next, now let us discuss the symmetry properties of these orbitals. First we see the mirror plane symmetry and then the C2. So here you can see this particular psi 1 molecular orbital or psi 1 wave function have the mirror plane of symmetry. It means it is symmetric. This one is anti-symmetric, symmetric, anti-symmetric, symmetric, and anti-symmetric. And it is anti-symmetric with respect to C2. It is symmetric, anti-symmetric, symmetric, anti-symmetric, and symmetric. So these are the number of nodes, HOMO, LUMO, and symmetric properties of 1,3,5 hexatriene. Okay. So next example is of allylic system. In allylic system, one pi bond is present along with either one positive charge or negative charge or an unpaired electron, that is the radical. So here we have 3 electrons, 2 plus 1 or 2 electrons. So we will get, here we have 3 molecular orbitals. One is pi bonding molecular orbital, another anti-bonding molecular orbital, and this is non-bonding molecular orbital. So in case of psi1, the number of node is 0, and in case of psi2, the number of node is 1, and that node is present at here in the center of this molecular orbital. Okay, and in case of psi3, we have 2 nodes, one at here and another at this place. So these 3 molecular orbitals are there. Now number of nodes is 0, 1 and 2. So let us check the symmetry element. So first, mirror plane. You can see mirror plane is present at here in the case of this psi1 or pi bonding molecular orbital. Now the psi2 is anti-bonding with respect to the mirror plane. If I apply one plane at here, I will not get the mirror image. So next one is psi3, that is again symmetric with respect to mirror plane. If I apply one plane at here, I will get positive load on the both sides. So it is symmetric with respect to mirror plane and anti-symmetric with respect to the C2 axis. If I apply one axis at here, I will do not get the identical orientation. So that's why it do not have C2 axis of symmetry. But this side to have C2 axis of symmetry. If I apply an axis at here at this particular point, then I will get the same orientation after rotating this molecular orbital by 180 degree angle. Now check, we have 3 situations: anion, cation and free radical. So in case of cation, we will have only 2 pi electrons, and these 2 pi electrons will get filled in the pi bonding molecular orbital. So it is this psi1 is the HOMO for this cation and psi2 is LUMO in the thermal condition. And if we apply photochemical condition, then this psi1, the electron from psi1 will get promoted into psi2. So now psi2 become HOMO and psi3 become LUMO. So here is the case of cation. In case of anion, we have 2 plus 2, total 4 electron. First 2 electron will get filled into pi bonding molecular orbital. Next 2 electron will get filled into non-bonding molecular orbital. So this psi2 is HOMO in thermal condition and psi3 is LUMO. And in photochemical condition, 1 electron get promoted from psi2 to psi3. So now psi3 become HOMO for this allylic anion, right? For radical, we have 3 electrons. 2 electrons get filled into pi bonding molecular orbital, and remaining 1 will get filled in the non-bonding molecular orbital. So here this psi2 is HOMO and psi3 is LUMO. And in photochemical condition, 1 electron get promoted from psi1 to psi3, right? If we promote this electron from psi2 to psi3, then we will get one empty orbital, non-bonding molecular orbital will get empty. So it become LUMO, and that is not possible. So 1 electron get promoted from psi1 to psi3. So here psi3 become HOMO. So in case of anion and radical condition, in photochemical condition, psi3 is the HOMO. So this is the example of allylic system. So next system is penta-diene system, and here we have three situations: cation, anion, and last one is radical. So this is 4, 5 or 6 electron system. So on the basis of the 5 electron system, we have total 5 p orbitals, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one is the 5th orbital. So we have 5 molecular orbitals, 2, that is psi 1 and psi 2 are bonding molecular orbitals, 2 psi 4 and psi 5 are anti-bonding molecular orbital, and psi 3 is the non-bonding molecular orbital. So here we have these 5 molecular orbitals. Now in the case of these 5 molecular orbitals, we have in first psi 1 we have 0 node, in psi 2 1 node. This 1 node is present at the center of this molecular orbital. In the psi 3 we have 2 nodes, and these 2 nodes are presented here. In case of psi 4 we have 3 nodes. Out of these 3 nodes, one is present at the center and the remaining 2 are at here. And in case of psi 5 we have 4 nodes. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 nodes. Right? Now the symmetry properties: psi 1 is symmetric with respect to the mirror plane. Okay, so now I think you can find out the symmetry properties of all these molecular orbitals. So psi 2 is antisymmetric, psi 3 is symmetric, then again psi 4 is antisymmetric with respect to mirror plane, and psi 5 is also symmetric with respect to the mirror plane. If I apply one plane at here in the center of this molecule, I will get mirror image. You can see here we have minus minus and here plus plus, so it is the mirror image. So this psi 5 is symmetric with respect to mirror plane symmetry element, and with respect to C2, psi 1 is antisymmetric, psi 2 is symmetric, psi 3 is antisymmetric. Similarly, psi 5 is antisymmetric with respect to the C2 axis of symmetry. So now let us see the homo-lumo. Okay, in case of cation we have only 4 electrons, 2 plus 2, 4 electrons. So first 2 electrons will get filled into psi 1 or the first bonding molecular orbital, and the remaining 2 will get filled into the second bonding molecular orbital. So here psi 2 is the homo and psi 3 is lumo, right? In photochemical condition, one electron from psi 2 get promoted into psi 3. So now psi 3 become homo and psi 4 become lumo. Similarly, in case of anion we have 6 electrons. So these 6 electrons will get fit into the starting 3 molecular orbitals, 2 bonding and 1 non-bonding molecular orbital. So psi 3 here is homo and psi 4 is lumo. But in photochemical condition, one electron get promote from psi 3 to psi 4. So here psi 4 become homo and psi 5 is lumo. Okay, right? I think it is clear. Now in the last is our radical. In radical situation we have 5 electrons, 2 plus 1 electron is non-bonding, and this is unpaired electron. So in thermal condition, this psi 3 is homo and psi 4 is lumo. But in the photochemical condition, one electron get promoted from psi 2 to psi 4. So psi 4 become homo and psi 5 become the lumo. Okay, so by using these molecular orbitals, we will discuss different type of pericyclic reaction. Okay, during writing the process or mechanism of pericyclic reaction, we need these symmetry elements and the orientation of these molecular orbitals. So all these symmetry properties of pi molecular orbitals, how can we find out? the symmetry properties, how can we fill the electrons in molecular orbitals, all are important. So we now in our next class we will discuss one by one all the pericyclic reactions. Thank you very much, students. Okay, now let us make the generalized rule for the symmetric properties of these molecular orbitals. As you know that in case of psi n wave function, there will be n minus 1 nodes. Okay, so the number of nodes that is odd or even integer, we can predict the symmetry properties with respect to any symmetry operation. If the number of node is 0 or an even integer, then the system will be symmetric with respect to mirror plane and antisymmetric with respect to the C2 axis of symmetry. Similarly, if the number of node is an odd integer, in that case the system will be antisymmetric with respect to the mirror plane and symmetric with respect to the C2 axis of symmetry. So by using these rules we can predict the symmetric properties of any molecular orbital of any system. Right? Now let me share some information about the HOMO-LUMO approach. Okay. Now what is HOMO? HOMO is the highest occupied molecular orbital. So is this definition of HOMO changes according to the conditions applied to the system. If the condition is thermal, in that case the HOMO will be the highest bonding molecular orbital. Okay. Now, and if the condition is photochemical, the lowest anti-bonding molecular orbital will convert into HOMO. So in this case, the lowest anti-bonding molecular orbital was LUMO. Now it becomes HOMO in case of photochemical condition. Similarly, what is LUMO? LUMO is the lowest unoccupied molecular orbital. In thermal condition, the lowest or first anti-bonding molecular orbital will be the LUMO, and in case of photochemical conditions, the second anti-bonding molecular orbital now become the LUMO. So as during assigning is HOMO-LUMO to molecular orbital, we must keep these particular conditions in our mind. So if we keep these conditions, we will not make any mistake, and we will write right HOMO and LUMO designation to particular molecular orbital. Okay, thank you students, thank you very much for today's lecture.